All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? And let's make some noise for the Buccaneers.
Hello football fans and welcome to the first Banner-Press's Coaches Show of 2019. I am Banner-Press sports editor Joe Alberico and I'm joined by a new face this season to start the show, Blinn College head football coach Ryan Mahon. Coach, how you doing?
Doing really well. Thank you for having us.
So it was a big first week for the Blinn Buccaneers. You guys hosted Texas A&T, 62-7 victory. You know, from talking to you last season, I know you are the type of head coach that doesn't really take anybody for granted. Every week is for you a plan to go 1-0. You got to be feeling pretty good and pretty fortunate to be 1-0 to start the season, regardless of who the opponent is and what the score is.
Oh yeah, I mean, winning cures cancer. So it's a good thing for us. We got a lot of questions answered after that first game. It was the first time when we're actually playing someone other than ourselves, and we figured a lot out about ourselves.
Yeah, so kind of elaborate. You got a chance to break down the film and talk to the individual players and positions about what they did right, what they did wrong. Break down what you kind of took away from the film and from the game as a whole.
Well, initially we stuttered a little bit. I mean, we really weren't hitting on all cylinders, and we talk about this every single day about being where our feet are. And our guys actually they heeded that advice. They fixed the problem what we were having. It was just really just nerves more than anything else. And then they started executing. I mean, really playing hard, getting after people on defense, offensively starting to make big plays. We left a lot of points on the field, but at the end of the day, we did score 62 points. So we did some things right, but the eye in the sky never lies. We did some things wrong, and we can get it corrected.
So I think the big story, the big takeaway, obviously defense was pretty much locked down, but Brock Landis, sophomore quarterback, I know he threw 6 touchdowns in a victory last season over New Mexico Military Institute, but I guess he decided that wasn't enough, and he tacked on a 7th with the rushing score, this past Saturday. What kind of jumped off the page for you with him? I mean, obviously a big day.
No, he had a really good day, and he did what he was supposed to do. You're never supposed to tell him good job, but he did. He did a very good job of just kind of just settling in and taking a deep breath. Last year he wouldn't have done that. He would have cratered. So he made major improvements in the fact just handling adversity and making sure that we overcome it.
So aside from that, on both sides of the football, is there any one performance or several performances from any of the Buccaneers that really stood out for you?
Well, my favorite play from the game was Josh Allison. He took it 30 some odd yards and then ended up stiff arming a guy for 10 on that fumble recovery. That was my favorite play. But seeing the receivers make big plays and playing really fast, that's a really good sign for me. It just knows they understand the offense and what we're trying to get done. But you have guys of all levels. I mean, even at the running backs, we had over 200 yards of rushing, but no individual was more than really the other one. Everybody had about 50 yards, but they're all contributing. Those are things that show me that we've got some depth, we've got some talent, and that we're going to be able to compete in this conference.
Yeah, and kind of touch on that too, because the nature of the outcome, you were allowed to get a bunch of different guys in there. As far as your depth, I mean, you got to feel pretty excited from what you saw, because so many different, defensively and offensively. You talk about just the running backs. I think 7 or 8 different guys carried the football. Mm-hmm. So just across the board, 2s, 3s, 4s were in there. So.
Yeah, no, and it helps. I mean, because they're going to be counted on. I mean, we're always the next man up mentality. So anybody that goes down, we've got the next guy that can come in and fill his shoes. So having game reps like that gives us really positive experience. And we've got guys that can actually fill in and be a productive person. So I like that a bunch. I'm very proud of these guys because every one of these kids worked their tail off, and it shows in high-end games.
Just from my perspective, it seems like most of your offense from last year is back. You got a nice core there. Defense, it seems like you guys kind of filled some spots and had some transition, from last year to this year. But a great performance from that unit. Only 240, offensive yards for A&T, and you guys had the 3 turnovers and obviously the 7 points. So moving forward with that group, how do you feel about the defense?
Oh, I'm excited about them. I mean, they're fun to watch. I'm more just like a kid in the candy store. You know, we recruited them, right? So I mean, that's the talent. It's like little chess pieces. Like, what can we do with that guy? What can we do with that guy? And they go out and they do amazing things just because of God-given talent. You know, and they work at it and they work real hard and they're very mindful and caring on their job. So it's fun to watch them, you know, just because we're on them all week long, you know, coaching them really hard. But then when the game gets here, it's easy, and it's really fun to watch them have fun and just articulate their product.
All right, so we move on to this week, and I know last year you guys opened up with A&T, and then you had to go on the road. This year you get to start with 2 home games, and Tyler Junior College is coming in. Last year you guys go there and escape with a 31 victory. I know they're coming off of a conference loss against Kilgore, but you guys are opening up the Southwest Junior College Football Conference, with them here. Not an easy team by any means. So, what do you know about them? What are you expecting? And what's the game plan?
Well, I know they're 3-4 on offense, you know, and they're very sound. They're secondary. They've got some very good players back there. Up front, they've got 2 active players of the 3 that they have, and then their linebacking core is very good, and they're very fast east to west. Offensively, they've got some a very big O-line, and they've got some very talented individuals in the specialty areas. So we've got our hands full. I mean, they're a good football team. They're going to be well coached. Coach Rocco, a previous Blinn Buck, and he's doing a really good job over there.
Offensively, is it going to be a little bit of the same? I mean, you were getting a lot of different ball carriers, the football out of the backfield, and then that kind of opened up your very dangerous passing attack. So is it kind of getting more of the same, or do you have to game plan differently for Tyler?
No, I mean, we game plan the same every week. It's what are they going to take from us? So if they're going to take something from us, well, how are we going to take advantage of what they took away from? And that's how we go. That's why we're so balanced on offense and yardage, because certain teams want to take away the passing game. Well, that's fine. We've got 2 good running backs. Other teams want to take away the run game. Well, that's fine. We've got 4 good receivers. So it's kind of pick your poison. We've got to go out and execute it, though. I mean, nothing's ever given. I mean, we play very good teams. They're on scholarship too. So we got to go out and do our job on offense.
So obviously starting 1-0 in the regular season is big, but being such a 1-0 guy week to week for yourself, you got to be excited for a chance to go 1-0 to start conference. So how important is it to get not only off on the right foot to start the season, but now you get a chance to start on that way to a conference championship versus Tyler?
It's setting the tone. This game sets the tone, and I can't be more blunt about it. I mean, I haven't got a chance to have a team meeting with them yet, but that's what the message is going to be. Go set the tone.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us, fans. Coach, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.